The Indiana Fever has parted ways with head coach Christie Sides.
Huge overhaul of the organization as they move into the big time. A new team president in the door, a new general manager in the door, and now a new head coach in the door as Christie Sides was shown the door.
A seismic shift just rocked the Indiana Fever. With Caitlin Clark's historic rookie season still echoing through the rafters, the front office decided to make a game-changing move that sent shockwaves through the WNBA. They're not just looking for a new coach, they're hunting for a championship architect. With a roster featuring Clark, rising star Aaliyah Boston, star veteran Kelsey Mitchell, red-hot shooter Lexi Hull, and the cap space to sign a big-name free agent or two, the upside is huge. Now they need a coach who can turn this talent into titles. But who's it going to be? We've got the inside scoop on all the potential candidates, and some of these names are going to blow your mind. From NBA legends to WNBA icons, the shortlist reads like a who's who of basketball royalty. In this video, we'll peel back the layers on 10 possible candidates. Number 10 will shock you, and we have a wild card number 11 that you may not have thought of, but could change everything. Who has the vision to unleash Clark's full potential and forge a dynasty in Indiana? Before we break it down, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Are you ready? Let's go.
As the Fever have fired head coach Christie Sides after just 2 seasons. Indy went 20-20 this season, making the playoffs for the first time since the 2016 season and Caitlin Clark's first year as a pro.
Christie Sides brought the Fever back to the playoffs after a 7-year drought, laying a foundation for future success. Under her leadership, team chemistry blossomed, and the offense finally centered around Caitlin Clark's extraordinary talents. However, defensive struggles remained a significant obstacle, with the Fever's defensive rating one of the worst in the league. In-game adjustment issues cost the Fever dearly in close games. In-game momentum through strategic timeouts and referee management also proved problematic, with 0 to poor interactions sometimes shifting momentum away from the Fever at crucial junctures. Planning player rotations was also critical to ensure the starters were not playing the entire game into exhaustion. While Sides fostered a positive team culture, it became clear that the Fever needed a coach who could address these specific weaknesses to take the next step toward championship contention.
That professional sports is a tough business. I mean, Sides was the coach of a team that got to the playoffs for the first time since 2016. Was the coach of the team that turned around from a rough 1-8 start. Was the coach of a team that dealt with unprecedented attention in the WNBA. But it feels like the Fever believe they need a new voice on the sideline in order to get to that next step, to that championship level, which they're not playing around with. Clearly, they're taking it very seriously.
We knew the writing was on the wall. Then the news hit. Christie Sides fired as head coach of the Indiana Fever. Sides did the best she could to her abilities, and she deserves credit for that. In fact, her response to the firing was very graceful. She tweeted and shared the class and respect you'd love to see, even in a situation such as this. Thank you, Coach Sides, for helping to turn the tide for the Indiana Fever.
Coach Sides was an incredible representative of the Fever and our community, and we wish her nothing but success in the future.
While the Fever grappled with defensive woes and in-game adjustments, another team was excelling in those very areas. The architect behind that success? A coach with deep Indiana roots and a championship pedigree that could transform the Fever's fortunes overnight. Enter Stephanie White, a name that resonates deeply in Indiana basketball lore. From her days as a high school star to her legendary career at Purdue, White's connection to the Hoosier State runs deep, but it's her recent accomplishments that have the basketball world buzzing. Fresh off winning the 2023 WNBA Coach of the Year award with the Connecticut Sun, White has proven herself as one of the league's premier strategists. And guess what? She's a Caitlin Clark fan.
Caitlin Clark and the many athletes that are coming into the WNBA are showing that these endorsement deals will follow great players and great ambassadors.
White's defensive schemes with the Sun were among the best in the WNBA, directly addressing the Fever's most glaring weakness. Her ability to significantly improve team defensive ratings could be the key to unlocking Indiana's championship potential. Moreover, White's history with the Fever runs deep, having been an assistant on the coaching staff that led the team to their 2012 WNBA championship, while also being head coach during a Fever Finals run in 2015. Here's Coach Steph sharing her admiration for the progress of the Fever.
Yeah, it's exciting. Certainly I was born and raised in Indiana, and so have a lot of pride in Indiana basketball, and a lot of pride in the Fever organization, being a player and a coach there. And it's exciting what's happening with the organization and where they are. I mean, most organizations have their ups and downs, certainly. But I'm proud of the growth of the Indiana Fever. Excited, about the future of the Indiana Fever.
Defense wins championships, but offense fills seats. While the Fever's defensive struggles are well documented, there's a coach who could transform their offense into a spectacle rivaling the NBA's greatest shows. Her fast-paced system has shattered collegiate records and produced one of the most electrifying players in recent memory, Caitlin Clark herself. The question is, can Lisa Bluder's high-octane offense translate to WNBA success?
I mean, she has, raised the excitement of our sport. There's no doubt. Just because she does things in a different way than anybody else can do. But I think that she has done amazing things to grow our game and do it the right way.
As Caitlin Clark's college coach and mentor, Bluder's impact on the young star's development is undeniable. Her impressive record at Iowa, including back-to-back national championship appearances and being the winningest women's Big Ten coach in history, speaks volumes about her ability to build a winning program. Bluder's offensive system, characterized by rapid ball movement and a barrage of three-pointers, could seamlessly adapt to the WNBA's pace.
Truly, Caitlin has a different set of rules because she's a special player and she has different talents than most people have as far as her shooting range. When, a couple years ago when she was a freshman, I probably lost a little bit of hair, pulling my hair out at times.
The potential for immediate chemistry between Clark and Bluder is tantalizing. Their established relationship could facilitate a smoother transition for Clark into the professional ranks, while allowing Bluder to craft an offense tailored specifically to her protege's strengths. However, convincing Bluder to come out of retirement poses a significant challenge for the Fever front office.
She's a player's coach. She's not gonna have a set offense that you have to run. She's going to tailor everything to what she has on her team and what's going to put her team in positions to be very successful.
From developing MVP talent to orchestrating defensive turnarounds, this next candidate's resume reads like a basketball fairy tale. But as we shift from college courts to the pro ranks, a crucial question emerges. Is Mark Jackson the missing piece in the Fever's championship puzzle? Jackson's NBA pedigree is undeniable. As head coach of the Golden State Warriors from 2011 to 2014, he laid the foundation for a dynasty. Under his guidance, the Warriors saw dramatic improvements, finishing the 2012-2013 season with the 6th best offensive rating and 10th best defensive rating in the NBA. But Jackson's true legacy lies in player development. He played a pivotal role in molding Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green into superstars.
Doing it a different way on the back end, but when you talk about like somebody that knows the game, somebody that knows how to relate to players, somebody that is an ultimate competitor and play at the highest level. Played for some great coaches and with other amazing, players throughout his career. Like all that wrapped into one person and just his vantage point as an analyst and all that.
This track record of nurturing talent could be transformative for Caitlin Clark's game, especially in refining her off-ball movement and shot selection. Jackson's emphasis on ball movement and player empowerment could unlock new dimensions in Clark's already impressive arsenal.
I used to sit where you sit. And after all that work, a coach would take me out and bring in somebody to stop, somebody to defend. It was disrespect to me. You earned the right to win the game. You earned the right. All right, let's go get it.
While Jackson's NBA pedigree is impressive, our next candidate brings a wealth of WNBA-specific experience to the table. But can a coach with a stellar regular season record overcome recent stumbles to lead the Fever to glory?
When you describe yourself as a coach, how do you describe yourself?
Fiery.
Let's go! Compete!
Intense.
Get up! Get up!
Collaborative.
We've got to get back, build our wall.
Caring. Would be words that describe me.
Enter Curt Miller, a proven winner in the WNBA over 7 seasons with the Connecticut Sun. His trophy case boasts not 1, but 2 Coach of the Year awards, 2017 and 2021, along with an Executive of the Year honor that showcases his eye for talent both on and off the court. Miller's defensive prowess is exactly what the doctor ordered for Indiana's struggling unit. Under his guidance, the Sun consistently ranked among the league's top defenses. This emphasis on lockdown D could be the missing piece in the Fever's championship puzzle. Here's Coach Curt sharing some love for the Fever and Caitlin.
She is elite, and she is one special player. Things that stand out to me that have been around the game for 35 years. She plays with great pace. She plays with a great tempo first. She is an elite passer. She sees things before they develop. And she can really read things.
But it's not just about defense. Miller's offensive system in Connecticut evolved to maximize player strengths, focusing on crisp ball movement and creating open looks. Imagine what he could do with Caitlin Clark's otherworldly passing ability at his disposal. If you've made it this far and are enjoying the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. We know watching this video takes some of your time, and we appreciate you. Now back to the action.
You can set a screen for Caitlin. Caitlin don't need a screen. Caitlin's got great handles. The one thing that I don't think people really appreciate about that young lady's game, she can pass the ball.
She can't pass. She got great assists.
The bounce pass is powerful, which is almost non-existent in the game.
While Miller's offensive mind could unlock Clark's potential, our next candidate brings a different kind of star power. In the pantheon of women's basketball, few names shine as brightly as hers. But can this icon of the past adapt her game to the modern WNBA and reignite a franchise? Enter Cheryl Miller, a living legend whose mere presence commands respect. As one of the original WNBA coaches, Miller led the Phoenix Mercury from 1997 to 2000, showcasing her ability to develop players like Anna DeForge and Jennifer Gillum. Her recent stint coaching Team WNBA to victory over Team USA in the 2024 All-Star Game demonstrated a strong connection with Caitlin Clark, hinting at the potential for a dynamic partnership in Indiana.
I hugged her. I said, I'm so proud of you. I go, savor this. Use this as a formula. I said, but keep being you. I said, no matter what, keep being you.
Miller's coaching philosophy emphasizes player development and innovative strategies, which could breathe new life into the Fever's young roster. As we consider the impact of legends, another name emerges, one that's been shattering glass ceilings and redefining expectations. What if the Fever could land a coach who's not only revolutionized the game, but also boasts multiple championships in just a few seasons? Enter Becky Hammon, the barrier-breaking mastermind who might just hold the key to Indiana's resurgence.
Couple things. First of all, defensively, we did some no-nos. So you got to get all the way up with a high hand and then in the guarding space, but they're too comfortable with catch and shoot. And then they found shooters whenever we put two on the ball.
Hammond's transition from NBA assistant to WNBA head coach has been nothing short of spectacular. In her debut season with the Las Vegas Aces, she guided the team to a championship, showcasing an offensive system that emphasizes player versatility, maximizing a talented point guard, a dynamic wing player, and a dominant post player. Sound familiar? This approach aligns perfectly with Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, and Aaliyah Boston's offensive abilities. Under Hammond's leadership, the Aces improved both offensively and defensively, ranking among the league's top teams in efficiency. Her coaching style, praised for its balance of freedom and accountability, could be the catalyst for unlocking the Fever's young core's full potential. With the Aces looking to shake things up for next season, could the Fever pry away Coach Becky from Las Vegas?
And then, Caitlin Clark doing stuff that just no player has ever done before.
The Fever's search for a coach takes an unexpected turn. What if the answer isn't in the WNBA's current coaching ranks, but in the annals of NBA history? A Hall of Fame point guard with deep Indiana roots since his college days might just be the wild card this young team needs. Isaiah Thomas, a basketball icon in Indiana, brings a complex legacy to the table. His tenure as head coach of the Pacers from 2000 to 2003 saw mixed results, including a playoff appearance in 2001.
Coaching, I would say now can you articulate your plan and can you inspire others to do it? In business, you can't be everywhere, but everybody's got to be on the same page. They got the same message. They got to be singing the same thing.
Thomas's fast-paced offensive philosophy could align perfectly with the Fever's young core, potentially unleashing the full potential of players like Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston. As a Hall of Fame point guard himself, Thomas could prove invaluable in mentoring Clark's leadership skills on the court. His star power and Indiana connections might also attract free agents and reinvigorate the fan base. However, Thomas's controversial stint with the New York Liberty and his struggles during his time coaching the Knicks raise questions about his ability to adapt to the modern WNBA landscape.
I respect Isaiah Thomas's talent. To me, the best point guard of all time is Magic Johnson, and right behind him is Isaiah Thomas. No matter how much I hate him, I respect his game.
While Thomas's NBA pedigree raised eyebrows, our next candidate brings a different kind of talent to the table. What if the key to unlocking the Fever's potential isn't an NBA legend, but a WNBA icon who redefined what it means to dominate on the court? Enter Cynthia Cooper, a four-time WNBA champion and two-time league MVP whose playing career set the gold standard for excellence. Cooper's brief stint as head coach of the Phoenix Mercury from 2000 to 2002 offers a tantalizing glimpse of her potential impact on the Fever. During her tenure, she led the Mercury to a playoff appearance in 2001, showcasing a fast-paced offensive style that emphasized ball movement and player spacing, a system that could perfectly complement Caitlin Clark's dynamic skill set. Here's Cooper dropping some high praise for Clark.
Oh my God! But she's so crafty. This is what people don't know about Caitlin. She's not just a three-point shooter. She's a great passer, not a mediocre passer, not so-so. She is a great passer.
Cooper's championship pedigree as a player could be the secret ingredient in cultivating a winning culture within the Fever organization. Her motivational leadership style, known for inspiring players to elevate their performance, could be the spark that ignites Indiana's young core.
Any USA basketball experience for someone as young as Caitlin Clark is going to benefit America for years and years and years and years. So yeah, I would put her absolutely on Team USA. She's just a rookie. That level of greatness, that level of play on a consistent basis as a rookie puts you up in the upper echelon of any league, definitely the W.
As we explore potential catalysts for the Fever's resurgence, our next candidate brings a unique blend of on-court dominance and sideline savvy. What if the key to unlocking Indiana's potential isn't just championship experience, but a coach who's walked in Caitlin Clark's shoes? Enter Rebecca Brunson, a five-time WNBA champion whose transition from player to coach has been nothing short of meteoric. As an assistant with the Minnesota Lynx for the past 4 seasons, Brunson has quickly established herself as a defensive mastermind. Under her guidance, the Lynx boasted the league's second-best defensive rating in 2023. A stark contrast to Indiana's struggles on that end of the floor.
I don't know if you could ask for a better performance defensively from a team. What are the challenges in keeping up that effort and tenaciousness in the second half?
I mean, this is a really good Phoenix team, and we understand that they got some looks, they got some open shots that they're going to try and knock down this half. So the defense doesn't stop. We have to actually ramp that up a little bit more because we know that this competitive team is going to come out and try to get some things going offensively.
Brunson's impact extends beyond X's and O's. Players rave about her ability to connect, teach, and inspire. Her hands-on approach to player development has been instrumental in the Lynx's continued success, nurturing young talent and helping veterans refine their games. This skill set could be transformative for the Fever's promising core. From Hall of Fame player to sideline strategist, Teresa Weatherspoon's journey has been anything but conventional. But her recent stint with the Chicago Sky raises an intriguing question. Can she even come back to the WNBA?
And look, as an organization, we just felt it was time to make a change. There's just private issues that I think we will keep just in the Skylock.
Weatherspoon's fiery leadership style could be the spark that ignites the Fever's potential. Despite a challenging 13-27 record in her first season with the Sky, she kept the team competitive until the final days of the playoff race. However, her tumultuous exit from Chicago, where she allegedly lost the locker room and favored certain players, raises concerns about her ability to maintain team cohesion over a full season.
According to league sources, Weatherspoon had lost the locker room because of a culture that catered to the needs of a few players. Dear Lord.
And finally, number 11. As the Fever search for their perfect leader, an unexpected name emerges from Indiana's basketball pantheon. He's never coached women's basketball, yet his basketball IQ is unmatched. Could this wildcard candidate be the key to unlocking Caitlin Clark's full potential? Larry Bird, the Hoosier State icon, needs no introduction. His legendary playing career with the Celtics is matched only by his success as a coach and executive for the Pacers. Bird's 3-year stint as head coach saw the team soar to new heights, culminating in an NBA Finals appearance in 2000. His ability to elevate players and teams is undeniable.
When he talked, we listened. A man of few words. Unlike most all-time great players, though, was able to analyze the game from his third eye, not expecting every player to do what he would do. He also knew what he didn't know. He coached 3 years. Each of those seasons, the Pacers made it to the conference finals and to the team's only NBA final.
Bird's deep understanding of the game could be transformative for Caitlin Clark's development. And let's not forget the obvious and immediate comparisons between Clark and Bird's play styles. This mentorship could push Clark's game to new levels, much like Bird's own evolution as a player.
Yeah, he had a great run, and it's fun to watch, you know, and they moved the basketball. He was well coached. I watched him all the time. I think I watched Indiana State and Iowa, Caitlin Clark play about the same last year, so I watched a lot of basketball.
From NBA legends to WNBA icons, the Fever's coaching shortlist spans a spectrum of basketball brilliance. Each candidate brings unique strengths that could shape Indiana's future. Stephanie White's defensive prowess, Lisa Bluter's offensive wizardry, Becky Hammon's championship pedigree. The options are as diverse as they are intriguing. This decision isn't just about wins and losses. It's about molding Caitlin Clark into a generational talent that leads a team to a championship, nurturing Aaliyah Boston's potential, and maximizing the skills of veterans like Kelsey Mitchell and Lexi Hull. The right coach could transform the Fever from playoff contenders to championship favorites. As Indiana's front office weighs their options, one question looms large. Which of these coaching titans has the vision, adaptability, and leadership to forge a dynasty in the heartland? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.